This is a very important commission because this is one country which has one of the richest human rights provisions under Chapter 4 of our Constitution. In fact, as a comparative constitutional law practitioner, whether you go to the US, whether you go across Africa, whether you go to Europe, they cite the Bill of Rights, which is embodied in Chapter 4 of our Constitution, as a true human right, not and a guiding, documentation of what should human rights and fundamental freedoms for all human persons, not just for citizens, be. Honorable Speaker, as I urge this House to approve these nominees, and I hope this House will resolve that we approve them so that they go into the office. Let me say that there is one challenge we are facing in the country today, and that is how to balance matters stability of the state and the enjoyment of human rights and fundamental freedoms. We had a very untidy situation in 2024, in the month of June. We had a very untidy situation the other time. And Honorable Speaker, you hear people just talking human rights, human rights, human rights, but they are forgetting about the stability of the state. Let me caution, Honorable Speaker, that as we move through this approval hearing, we want these commissioners, if the House so resolves and they are later appointed, to have that careful balance. We cannot have a situation in which we lose the state. Honorable Speaker, I wanted to report here that in the month of June, in the year 2023, we went with Honorable Martin Owino to the EU Parliament in Brussels. And Honorable Martin will confirm to you there was a time I was to address stability and how Kenya can assist in keeping peace and security in the Horn of Africa. The delegation from Sudan stopped me midway on a point of order, saying I cannot talk about Sudan. They didn't know that a short while after that, Sudan was going to be in the situation where it is. There is a day, Honorable Speaker, when we had the Gen Z issues, when I posted on my X account that better a bad government than no government. Honorable Martin Owino had been called by those people who shouted us down, who are warning us not to allow Kenya slide into a stateless situation. And so, Honorable Speaker, sometimes we make such sacrifices at the political level which people take for granted, but they are very critical, so that they save the state, so that we can continue to enjoy human rights. I've had very many young people saying, Baba betrayed us. Baba betrayed us. Honorable Speaker, if you go to June 24th, that thing started as reject finance bill. Once we amended all the provisions, it became Ruto must go. Once we were done with Ruto must go, it moved into Kufa Driver, Kufa Makanga, which was both the president and the deputy must go. We have to say, when we have young people in this House, Honorable Speaker, what does the Constitution at Article 146, Sub-Article 2 say where both the president and the deputy president are not there? The Speaker of the National Assembly, you, Honorable Speaker, takes over for 60 days, within which the country has to go for elections. And you remember, Honorable Speaker, we did not have IEBC. It meant at the lapse of 60 days, we were going to be in a situation, Honorable Speaker, where there is no leader for this country, where only anarchy is reigning, where the strongest, whether it is civilian coup, military coup, would be reigning. And the first thing we were going to lose, Honorable Speaker, is this beautiful Constitution with its Bill of Rights. And so I want to caution that there are some sacrifices we make as political leadership. And I want to thank my party leader, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, for always being patriotic. Let us send these commissioners into the commission. But Honorable Speaker, let us remind them not to sing about human rights to the extent that we may become riotous, we may become chaotic, and we end up with a situation in which the state is not there. If we didn't intervene under the leadership of Baba and our president, Honorable Speaker, we would be having no country now. Because there are people who take things lightly. they want to go with what is popular. Sometimes you need leadership decisions, and in most cases they are very difficult. I wanted to urge that we resolve, Honorable Speaker, as a House, to approve these nominees, but as they go into office, let us protect human rights, and let us not have a situation, Honorable Speaker. See, Honorable Speaker, what the President has proposed. See how beautiful it is, Honorable Speaker. And allow me to say this as the last thing. The President is saying that in the enjoyment of human rights and civil liberties, we've lost so many Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, the President has constituted a team. You get some idle Kenyans are before a court of law, stopping that team from working. A police officer fired a warning shot somewhere, and you saw a very young, beautiful Kenyan girl being hit by a bullet while in her parents' sitting room. If you leave the parents of that girl to go to court for reparation, it will not succeed. Because, Honorable Speaker, as a lawyer, you know that parent will have to prove negligence on part of the police. And the police will simply say, I was shooting a warning shot, and it ends there. The case will not go anywhere. You'll have to prove this bullet came from the police. You'll have to prove there was negligence. There are cases the President is saying we need to heal as a nation. We want to go as back as possible. But you know, as a lawyer, the Limitation of Actions Act, the cases of 2017 cannot be accepted before any court of law. So we must know that when a leader, the head of state, and I wanted to ask those Kenyans who are politicking to draw a line between President Ruto, the person, President Ruto, the head of state and symbol of national unity, President Ruto, the commander-in-chief of the defense forces, and the National Police Service is not part of the defense forces. So when, as the head of state is making proposals so that we can heal as a nation and move forward, we don't want judicial overreach, where the judiciary takes the place of the executive, controlling how the head of state in healing the nation to be united and to move together should do their things. I would be urging that even those cases in court, we take them away. We have a system that can allow for compensation of all Kenyans. And I know human life cannot be compensated, but we want to move together within the realm and context of human rights. I wish these commissioners well as they go into work, but we need to keep that delicate balance so that we respect the institutions and offices of the presidency, of the leaders who make sacrifices, and so that we always have Kenya to continue to enjoy our human rights and fundamental freedoms. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well spoken indeed.